Toy Story 4 is out this week, and it uses some pretty advanced CGI stuff, which we start to use, aren't we, in our everyday work for clients.
Yeah, so we've been doing some training in 3D animation using Cinema 4D. Because we found that a lot of brands in their recent campaigns have started to use more and more 3D elements. So we've been kind of trying to get ahead of the game and start to try and introduce that into our own work in the studio.
It's really interesting because mostly we've been using like flat graphics, haven't we, over the past sort of year, and we've noticed a trend with other brands that are starting to use these like 3D models because you get so many variables that you can control.
Yeah.
So if you want to change the lighting, if you want to change the colour, it's like them like that. Rather than like going out and reshooting anything that you need to do.
It's super complex and there's so many different elements to consider. But it's really interesting because actually the same softwares that they're using for Toy Story 4 are very similar to the ones that we've just learned. And a lot of the elements are the same.
I think it really holds up. Like the graphics in the 1996 version still looks good today.
Yeah.
And I think that's a testament to how powerful the software is, right? So if it still looks good, like 20, 30 years on, like that's incredible. Obviously things have changed, like the hair, how they animate the hair and the fur and how it reacts to real life has changed. But the actual setup and build of it, and like, even the same voice actors, it's all the same. I think that's why more brands are using it, because it's readily available to people, in their own homes and in studios and work, and that people can use it and create these amazing things, which before it was just not possible. Computers need to be pretty powerful to handle the renders. I think we was talking about the other day, Monsters Inc. For each frame, so there's 29 or 30 frames per second of footage, and each frame took 72 hours to actually render and get out of the machine.
It's mental.
So you can actually use it. So imagine that.
I think it can take up to, for a full setup, it can take up to 9 hours for one image.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how long it's taking people to do these small pieces of social media content. Even if it's a couple of seconds, it must take hours, even days, to render. Yeah. So who's your favourite Toy Story character?
My favourite Toy Story character is probably the dinosaur, because it's really relatable. Like it's a little bit silly, and I think that's just. I think that's the beauty of these things, isn't it?
It's a little bit dense.
Oh, lovable,
but dense.
I think you relate to these things, and children can relate to the films because they have so much of us in them. But it's kind of like this playful, bright, beautiful scene.
I feel like my favourite is definitely Buzz Lightyear. He's like a modern day hero, and he's like an inspiration to kids.
Yeah, and we all have that existential crisis when we realise like life's real, like really real. It's like deep. Yeah, and it's just things like your laser doesn't work and things. It's just like your body stops working, right?
What's one of those strap lines? What does
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, we should say that. We should say it together.
Look at you talking to each other.
Just talking. To infinity and beyond!
Do it again.